Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to the Oracle of the Light channel. Nice to see you all today. My name's SP Psychic Medium. Thank you for joining us. First of all, welcome to all of our new subscribers. Welcome, everybody. And also, welcome to all of my wonderful viewers for coming back and watching more and more shows. I do really appreciate it. And it's lovely to see you watching from all around the world. And do make those comments as well. Also, before we begin, do make a thumbs up. Do give us a thumb up even, and do subscribe below too. It really does mean a lot, so much, just when you subscribe, and it's free as well. It's even better. So today's show is also for entertainment purposes only, as you all know, as every show is. So thank you very much, everyone. It's so lovely to see you all today. So the title of today's show: Is There a Storm Brewing for Leavitt? So just to let you know who she is, Caroline Leavitt is a press secretary of the felons regime. Interestingly enough, we actually had a show to do about her. We were going to be doing How Long Will She Last, but we never got around to doing it for some reason. And so suddenly there was some news that popped up today about it. It's like we really have to do a show on her. So here we are right now doing a show on her. So there's a storm brewing at the moment. I should say we were going to do a show about her before we knew this news. I should say that. But anyway, there's some news recently hit, and there's a storm brewing for Caroline Leavitt. There's a scandal she's connected to, so that's started to rear its head. And as I say, we started to look into it. So that this scandal links to Leavitt's failed congressional campaign, where they spent $200,000 in illicit contributions, apparently. Now, she failed to disclose hundreds of thousands of dollars in excessive contributions that she never paid back, and that was in violation of the law. So this is what's happened. She's failed to disclose hundreds of thousands of dollars in excessive contributions that she never paid back. And it's the never paying back bit, I believe, that might be the bits that's in violation of the law. But there's going to be more details. I will post a link. There's a link already in the description to Luke Beasley, who is a channel I also follow and everything. Do follow him. And there's more details there. I will also put a link at the end of this video to that video too, so you can see all the further details. So yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Caroline Leavitt. So the questions we're going to be asking today, so that let's just look at the questions a moment. So the first question we're going to be asking is, we know that Leavitt portrays a strong young woman in front of the cameras, being the press secretary, of course, but how is she feeling in herself about the job she is doing? And of course, we're asking the energy of the cards right now. I always say, these readings stand for this moment right now. Of course, things can change in the future. But yeah, that's our first question. We've got 3 questions tonight, so we're going to be getting through a lot of cards, no doubt. The second, will this scandal affect her in any way? So this is a scandal regarding the disclosure of hundreds of thousands of dollars in excessive contributions that she never paid back. That is in violation of the law. That's about that scandal. And the third question, does she enjoy gaslighting people in front of the cameras? Now, the reason why I was saying gaslighting is because she's done a number of press briefings where she's not always told the truth, actually, that it's been disproven after the press briefing, where facts that she's said aren't actually true in some cases. So there's a word for that, and that's gaslighting, okay? And so that's what we're referring to there. And does she enjoy doing that? That's what the question is about. But of course, we're going to ask the cards. And this is just a reading for right now. It's for entertainment purposes only, of course. So we're going to use the Cosmic Tarot. That's right. I hope you enjoyed your chocolate eggs on Easter as well. I hope you enjoyed those. I've still got some chocolate egg here. Believe it or not, it's still alive. It's amazing it's not vanished, that bit of chocolate, I can tell you. Okay, so I'm going to use these Cosmic Tarot cards. I'm just going to start shuffling them. Okay, so the first question then. we know that she portrays a strong person in front of the cameras, but how is she feeling in herself about the job she's doing? That is really the question here. How is she feeling in herself about the job she's doing? Okay, so let's just don't forget, by the way, I should say as well, if you do enjoy my videos, I've got lots of other videos in my playlist. If you look for the Oracle of the Light playlist, you will find loads of other videos there too as well, to enjoy to your heart's content. So let's get going then. I think I'm ready to deal them out. So how is she feeling in herself about the job she's doing? I'm going to get 3 cards out. I'm going to get 3 cards out, I think. So 2, 3. Okay, this is really interesting. Really, really interesting. So I'm going to start with, we have the Lovers to begin with. So how is she feeling in herself about the job she's doing? She's in love with it. The Lovers. She's in love with the job that she's doing. But I feel it goes more than that. We always talk about the felons regime and almost like the MAGA cult, the MAGA cult almost. That cult mindset is a very much a like hypnotized like worship almost, if you like. That does it could be similar to love, you know, in the sense you really worship and love your partner in that sense. She is obviously she is married, but obviously she's in a relationship and everything. But obviously I feel this card is representing almost her marriage to the regime. I feel this is representing. Because I believe her partner anyway is completely of the same beliefs and school as her. So in being with him anyway, it would also tie her to the regime, if you like. But this is very much more tied to the, you know, her job is her life in that sense. I do feel it's more of a sense of her job is her life, you know. Almost like if the ship goes down, she'll go down with it. In that sense, you know, it's like almost like taking the position of the captain, if you like, even though she isn't. She's a press secretary, but I think that's what she regards it like, you know. I think she sees herself as very important. I think she sees herself as very key in the whole thing, you know. And that's obviously that importance is no doubt stoked. The flame of that importance is stoked, of course, by standing in front of loads of cameras every day. That's going to give you this feeling of importance because all these cameras are focused on you, even though they don't actually want to know about you. They actually want to know what you're going to say about what someone else has done. The feeling for her, though, is it's very much playing to her ego, and to look at me, it's feeding that ego and feeding. Yeah, Francesca, my husband said intoxicating. Yeah, that intoxicating feel of that. Almost like I would almost go as far as to say it's suffocating almost. Love. I think the environment she's in is quite suffocating, you know, being in that environment where she's in, you know, it's definitely quite an extreme environment in the sense of if you don't toe the line, you are out the door and goodness knows, you know, it's like, yeah, just get a sense of a very suffocating environment, but she's also going along with this. She is going along with this. She doesn't have resistance to this, you know. But interestingly, the next card is quite telling, because I've been wondering about this about her anyway. Strength card upside down, which means weakness. She's getting weak, and I feel I have seen some press briefings where you could almost see her cracking a bit more. You could almost see that energy sap sort of going from her. You know, and I feel this card is representing, you know, because how is she feeling in herself? I think she's feeling tired, you know. I do think there's a tiredness that she's starting to feel now, and this tiredness can create lots of emotions. I feel it's definitely making her less courageous, you know, less, you know, I can do this. a bit more like, we can do this, but really, rather than going, let's do this, we can do it. What are you talking about? It's more like she has to build herself up to it almost more. I really get that sense of like, I've got to build myself up for this one now. Let's do it, and that could result in more fiery exchanges because she's almost tired to deal with them. And when we're tired, we don't deal with things in the right way. We just kind of, oh, go, whatever, just go. I'm not interested. You shouting because you're tired, you see. That comes from tiredness. It doesn't come from a place of control. And then the Two of Wands, an interesting card here. And this is, I think this is to do with she isn't the one that everyone wants to see. I think she's feeling, it's strange. She absolutely loves the place and she wants to do everything she can to fit in. But I think she's finding something hard to fit in somewhere. I don't know, because we all know Felon 45 is a very, very unusual person to even attempt to get on with. Because it seems like even people that are complimentary to him, in the next breath, he can be insulting them. So there is no kind of, if you treat this person right, they're going to be nice to you. And if you treat them wrong, then they're going to be not nice. With Felon 45, it seems like if he likes you at that moment, you're okay. But if he gets something in his bee bonnet about not liking you, kind of that's it. And I think there might be something. This is what this card is quite interesting. It's, to me, it's showing like some sense of her not fitting in to the Felon's picture of things. I don't know whether we'll see this in the future coming up, but I get a sense of, I want to say, showing the door. I don't feel she'll necessarily, I think with this card, she will definitely stay till the end. But of course, what we haven't taken into account with this card here is if she's pushed first. You see, she might even be pushed with this card, because this is, I really get the sense of, for some reason, I get the sense of her not fitting in for some reason, and I don't know why this is. It could be the cause of the scandal. I don't know. But I don't feel like that. I just feel there's something that's going to be, I don't know. I need to just say, showing the door. I always give it what I'm getting, and there's something to do with something being out of kilter, out of balance, that suddenly either Felon 45 or someone else turns on her, and that's it. The end is nigh. A bit like is it Laura Loomer that vanished all of a sudden? He took dislike to, and that was it. She was pushed to the side. Perhaps that's what I'm seeing here, maybe, just very interesting that though. I'll go over the whole cards at the end with all the different questions. So the next question I want to ask now is, will this scandal affect her in any way? So this is about the scandal of the, let me just remind you, I made notes about these different things. So will the scandal affect her in any way? And that's regarding the disclosure of hundreds of thousands of dollars in excessive contributions that were never paid back. So will this scandal affect her in any way? Let's see what the cards say. Let's just give them a shuffle. Let me just give them a bit of a shuffle now. Okay, so I'm going to get 3 out for this. Okay, so here we go. Prince of Pentacles right way up, the 7 of Wands, Judgment. Okay, so this is a lot of denial going on. I don't think it will affect her. And this I feel is I don't think it'll affect her because she's not thinking about the scandal. She's thinking about money, And the reason why I'm saying that is look at where that pentacle is, keeping that money nice and close, nice and hidden even, nice and disclosed. That pentacle is there, nice and hidden away. I don't think this scandal is going to affect her because I think she's going to just be stony faced through it. And as that man's got quite a stony face, you know. And I feel that that flag behind this man represents the like the American flag. And I feel that almost she thinks she'll be fine. She's got the protection of the president, you know, but she'll be fine. She's nothing to worry about, you know. I feel that's very much a sense of I'll be fine. I've got the protection of the president, you know. So there's this smugness, there's this stone-faced coldness in it. I think there's going to be actually, though, a lot of people that might come for her. Okay, and this is this card here. I don't think she will find that this scandal necessarily goes quietly. But I think, and the reason why I'm saying that is I do feel these wands are represented by people that will go for her, that will poke at her and go, could we tell us some more information? Could you tell us some more information? Okay. And this card here is to do with the fact that she did make the wrong judgment with that, you know. But the place where she is at the moment, her world is upside down in the sense of there is no logic to it, you know. So to me, she made the wrong judgment, but I do actually feel she might get away with it. That's what I feel with this card, because you have to remember that the world she's in at the moment is a world of where laws are broken and where no one follows rules of law and orders by courts and things like this. So why is she going to? You know, that's the logic of her. You know, that is, of course, the wrong judgment, which is why this card's upside down. But it also tells you about the land in which she's walking in at the moment. That is not a very dystopian, unsettled, untrustworthy, strange old place where skeletons from the past can come back to haunt you. Do you see that skeleton coming back up the land there, you know? Also, we mustn't forget that the very nature of energy itself always rebalances itself. So yes, though she may get away with it, it might appear she gets away with it, because maybe she's not taken to court, or she doesn't get a penalty or things like this, or she doesn't get any direct result right there and then. Karma is cause and effect, and whenever we do bad actions, like making lots of money vanish and like doing all of these things, that will always rebalance itself. The very nature of energy is when you give, you receive, and when you take, then you create that negativity. When you carry out a negative action, then you get negative things back. It's as simple as that. It's not judging. There is no judgment in that. Even though this is a judgment card I'm holding up, there is actually no judgment in it. It's just the very nature of energy. So she is sowing the seeds for some potential poison in the future, almost, you know. We don't know what weeds are going to grow from those seeds as a result, you know. So yeah, but she's going to go stone faced through it all, you know. But you know, that's how I need to say. It doesn't feel like she's going to be. There's going to be some people that'll go for her, but it feels like she might get away with it initially. But as I say, judgment will always come for her in the end, you know. And don't forget, even though right now, even though when it does play itself out, there's nothing to say that in the future, with another government in power, the tables can completely turn from where we are right now, you know. So I think that's really important to remember, you know. But at the moment, as I say, my readings are always right now at this moment. It's looking like she may get away with it, but time will come back to judge her, you know. Yeah. And also she's made the wrong judgment with that, you know. So the third question, an interesting question. Does she enjoy gaslighting people in front of the cameras? Let's just shuffle the cards a bit. I'll shuffle them now. Okay, so does she enjoy gaslighting people in front of the cameras? That's a beautiful table. the moon, then the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups all upside down. So I think that, so this is upside down. Now, the moon is usually to do with good intentions in this, and also the fact that it's the right way up is more of a good intentioned card, with the person being the moon, and difficulties being that lobster. But when it's upside down, which was it was, this is almost like negative intentions. So I feel she is enjoying almost like the control and power that she feels she's getting by it. It's like, look at me, I can say anything and no one's coming to get me. I can tell you anything and you believe me. I just say, I'm giving these things to say and you just believe me. Look at the power that I hold, and complete. That's the first card. The second card, the Two of Pentacles. I think she's enjoying being this like slippery snake that no one can quite get their hands on, This to me is, normally this is a tread carefully card, but not the other way around. This is like, she's kind of enjoying being this sort of person that no one can quite get their hands on, because she's in the position of being the press secretary at the White House. It gives her this permission to throw people out of the press room. It gives her this permission to not let people in there. And that's all this connivingness that she's quite enjoying. I think she gets off on like going, let's we don't want them in here. I think there's definitely that about this, again, we talk about, twisty intentions and I feel that this is an interesting card too, as well, because what this says, normally this is like a lonely card. Reach out for love. You are surrounded by love. It's all around you. That's what normally this card says. But this way up, the card is talking about actually you only think about yourself. This is a very narcissistic card upside down. And the true narcissist in her is coming out, if you like, with being in the position of the cameras. It seems to be only feeding that, she's loving getting off on the power of saying these words, and she knows she's kind of going to say them, and it kind of gives her a buzz of like, look at how powerful I am. Look at me, when she doesn't realize that she's actually making herself look like a fool, I'm surprised I haven't got the Fool card out actually, but she's definitely being played like a pawn in a chess game by Felon 45, and no doubt he sold the role to her as given this misinformed sense of power that really isn't there, so yeah, I feel that she does enjoy gaslighting. So I'm going to get some Oracle of the Light cards now, and then I'll go down them all the cards at the end as well. So let's ask the cards these questions as well. I maybe should have done these at the time, but I didn't, so it's okay. Hang on a minute. Right, so okay then, so how is she feeling in herself about the job she's doing? Let's just get a Oracle card out. So the Oracle card for this one is In My Thoughts. So she's thinking a lot. She is thinking a lot. I think this is to do with the tiredness here, actually. Interesting on the next one. But I feel there's definitely a sense of her thinking a lot. The tiredness, there was the Eight of Cups, I believe, wasn't it? I think. But yeah, In My Thoughts tells me that she is thinking about a lot of things at the moment, I think she is enjoying everything but there's lots of thoughts going around in her head. I can't say anything more than that. It could be that these thoughts could be about the scandal that's recently come up, actually, in light of there's suddenly a lot of things going, oh my goodness, they've dug this up from the past. What else are they going to dig up? What about this? What about that? You know, it could be that things are going around in her mind. She's definitely thinking about something, though. Exactly what it is, obviously, I can't say. As we know, all readings are entertainment purposes only. So next, will the scandal affect her in any way? Let's ask the cards. Rising of the Phoenix. So this is very much, that's kind of like a no, really, to me. She's going to continue going. That's the narcissism coming out in her, really. The rising of the Phoenix is the narcissist coming out in her. In that I don't care about the you know, even if I burn people's houses down, I don't care, because if we need to do that, we need to do that. Just completely. And the reason why I say burn people's houses down is because it's the rising of the Phoenix fire. You know, it's a fiery card, yeah. And so I don't think she really will be that bothered. She believes that she'll become stronger for it. What she's forgotten to maybe think about is what side of history you want to be on. Okay, and that's the thing to remember here. And maybe her judgment in that isn't maybe the clearest. Okay. And then the last card, does she enjoy gaslighting people in front of the camera? Doorway to your dreams. Yes, she believes it's a yes, and it's also a belief that it will further her career to do what she's doing. I think that's what she believes. You know, this is a doorway to my dreams. Actually, it's actually very, very logical as well. But it actually feels like it's a doorway to money and to wealth. She believes. I believe her dreams are in money and wealth. You know, and she sees this as a doorway to that. You know, I've got access to the president. You know, I've got access to the felon. You know, look at this. Look at me. You know, yeah. So let's summarize up this reading. And there's quite a bit to summarize, but we'll manage it. So, first question: we know Leavitt portrays as a strong woman in front of the cameras, but how is she feeling in herself about the job she's doing? So, first off, it feels like she's married to that job almost, that she's in a very strong relationship with that job. But in herself, she's feeling quite weak, actually. She is tired at the moment. You know, things are very tiring for her. And the doorway to your dreams, though, is that this tiredness is creating this, like, there is an imbalance going on, I believe I picked up with this card, some sort of imbalance going on. And also she's been thinking about a lot too. So I feel this could all be, this imbalance could be to do with this thing that's also arose recently, you know. And then the next question, will this scandal affect her in any way? No, she's going to go stone-faced through it all. She's going to go stone-faced through it all, keeping her money close to her chest, keeping it hidden, and avidly supporting the flag and the felon. And I believe that she believes the protection comes from the felon as well. So no one can get me, you know. I'm the felon's friend, you know. But people are going to try and come and get her, though, because this card is people are going to try and come and get her. So I do think it's going to affect her a little bit. And she knows she is in the wrong side of the law, but she's going to go on stone-faced with lots of, I'm not listening, I'm listening. And she's just going to go into denial. She's not going to care about the hurt that she's caused. She's going to deny, look how strong I am, look how strong I am. It's like, that's all very well, but really at the wrong side of history. You do not want to be at that side of history right now. You know, when we look back at this in years to come, is that really what you want to be known for? You know? And the last question, does she enjoy gaslighting people in front of the camera? So the moon is yes. Yes. this, because obviously this way is being annoyed by other people. She doesn't really mind annoying people. Quite conniving. I think she likes the connivingness of it, the twistingness, the sliminess of it. And she's a narcissist. She's all completely obsessed with herself, you know. And why should she mind anyway? Because this is all just another doorway to her through her career progression and to more money, a doorway to wealth and everything like that she believes is that meaning, you know. So thank you very much for joining me. It's been lovely to see everyone tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed it tonight, to put your thumb up and give us a thumb up. And if you do enjoy the videos, do subscribe to the channel and also check out my playlist, Oracle of the Light playlist. Do check that out. I do hope you enjoy it. So listen, everybody, I'm going to head off now, and take care. And with lots of love and light from the Oracle of the Light, I will see you all really, really soon. Have a good evening, everyone, and see you soon.